Greetings, everyone. This is me, Zahra Bazak here. Actually, my case and what the people are saying here, indirectly and very cunning way. Like someone said, for example, Zaini, that it's very embarrassing for him because his girlfriend's family is messed up, right? And I see people also using my condition. Hope the sound is coming. Just yeah, sound is coming. Okay, so I'm kind of I'm getting headaches and voices coming through me and disturbing. It's reminded me today now of how embarrassed what he said about his girlfriend's family. Very embarrassing. And I feel here what they've done to me since year 2000 somewhere is that compelled me to say things which are even like there were violations of human rights and all, domestic violence. I mean, that violence against me, of my grandmother, and things earlier on with me and my mother. I'm compelled to do this, to say things even against my principal, like they were making me so enraged. There was a time I couldn't see my principal cough. I was worried for well-being, and I wouldn't allow her to have ice cream because she was on the borderline of high blood pressure, and she had high cholesterol, and she was old, like she was 60 something, 60 years old, right? So I snatched the ice cream away, tried to do that from her, things like that. And then in year 2000, then such a maddening attack that I started to abuse her, curse her, things like that. It's be Fatma Zahra, hearing a voice, a baby's voice, hearing the principal's voice being whatever it was. I don't want to mention, like, I don't want to say it. Someone pulling me down, and it's not me most of the times. So my passion in this is to find the truth, and if I can find something that will help human beings, that we become better people or something like that, like beneficial, the blessings of God showered on us and all that. So this person, Zaini, who comes here, I'm sorry I have to talk about this. The voices, also I was like, let me calm down because I won't be able to speak, and then these people will use it against me, saying that you are rude or you are. So they're using my mental illness, whatever the demons attacking me with, or wanting to show you what what they want to show you about me here. They're winning because some people are bagging in on it and using my mental illness against me. So this is my passion. And so, okay, first get over, leave Islam because it's the best thing that can happen to you. Also, and then maybe even leave Hinduism, because I think that I've realized that whether I was Radharani or not, even if I was Radharani, this is the karma doesn't make sense to me. So I have questioned myself. Doesn't mean, and I don't want to be someone or something. I just want to be nothing, and it's been very disturbing for me. So the person who said this, that it's so embarrassing, like I've spoken this about this before also. Again, I have a feeling that you people either don't want to understand mental illness people, or you want to just You're just very selfish, brutal people, cruel people, and you only care for yourselves and no one else, and things like that, right? Uh, so, and telling me that Dubai police. So, am I talking about this again? Because I've gotten up, and it's not the time to talk. I don't want to disturb anyone, but I'm compelled. You see, the voices against through me. Now, I wanted to calm down. They block my mind. It's a struggle to talk. But when they compel me to do something, it's quite compel. And you know, it's easy to get angry, even for a normal person. But and to express your anger, and it's hard to, swallow that anger and not express it. Stop the anger or calm down. So they're using that to what extent you can see here. So, excuse me. So after, so I started with this. I could whatever I could get my hands on and help. This is how much I wanted to do in Karachi, and then, through Pakistan, help the poor people. I couldn't, and so I feel very guilty. और एक another thing is they saying Pakistan भिखारी है and they're enjoying this. Well, हम भी तो भिखारी हो गए हैं, तो इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं है कि अगर एक इंडियन बिजनेसमैन है वो अच्छा इंसान होगा, तो ऐसे कहना कि पाकिस्तान भिकारिस्तान है, तो हम भी तो भिकारिस्तान हो गए हैं. बिल्कुल. तो जो काम कर रहा है or the one who is working and has money, right, doesn't mean that he's a bad person. Although पाकिस्तान का केस डिफरेंट है, वो आप सैयद मुजम्मिल से भी सुन सकते हैं, not only through now आरिफ अजाकिया. So, and so आनंद किरण से स्टार्ट हुआ था कि वो देख सकते हैं. My privacy is violated. For God's sakes, think about that also, right? How I live with this. And how do I know that it's the principle and not some jinn into me that's they've made? And who am I talking to when alone? Who is communicating to me? And who am I communicating back to when I can't control myself? तो ये किसी ने मुझे ब्लेम भी किया था कि ये एम्बैरेसिंग है, बट दे डोंट सी देयर ओन कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस हियर. और एक तो दुबई पुलिस के अगेंस्ट भी बोलना. एक्चुअली व्हाट आई सेड अर्लियर वाज दैट दिस मैन सेड, ज़ेनी, कि the father of this Shia girlfriend of his has married at 70, and his wife is like 30 years old or 35, like my father did. So 10 years ago he was 70. Now I know he's 80 years old. And married to a very young, like his wife is younger than his youngest son from the first wife, maybe. Youngest son from, I don't know, younger than her. So was he giving out my family thing? I think it's so embarrassing. Like sometimes I come here and can't control myself and have to say, no, oh, Devi has come. And so do you think, are you going to blame me for this? Like my sister would? Huh? And now you're going to even get my brothers? the youngest one that I loved and I prayed for, that my mother have a son now. He's more close to my sister. She's got a knack. Sorry. Yeah, so embarrassing, right? So it wasn't embarrassing for the sheikhs, for the Emiratis, for you to say that Dubai police, for you even to say that the sheikhs are drinking alcohol and have mistresses and do this in their private. So it's their private life. If they're doing their duty for the Emiratis, at least see this. What did we get in Pakistan? Right? Or you're going to say that Dubai police, you're going to complain against Dubai police. It's extremely disturbing for me here. Killing. That diplomat, that's not diplomacy actually, that's hypocrisy. Saying that, I know what he meant, that they're showing a video, whole news came that someone had a heart attack, was about to have a heart attack on the street, walking road or street. And the Dubai police came immediately to his rescue. There was a video or something going about some years back, for 7 years back. So the Zaini, he says, oh, this is diplomacy, because the traffic police, they stop the girls, maybe the Indian expats, Pakistanis, and they say, okay, we'll charge you for, what do you call that, fine you, but if you want the fine, striked out, then you can come with us or with us. So that's extremely disturbing. And it's what I want here, what I want to do here. So sometimes, yes, there will be things like, it's not normal for me here. I'm possessed of, and so, do you think the Indian businessman or the ones who have had girlfriends, according to that man who was 70, he married according to his religion, right? But it's more embarrassing for a Shia girl to have a boyfriend. Isn't it embarrassing for a family? So that they don't see. And in every step of the way, they're going to, they blame, accuse me. So a good way of not embarrassing, like I know the Arab way. And even then, I went against the Arab way. I've gone against it here because of the madness. They want me to get into trouble with the sheikhs, with the police, with every, here. They want to spoil my wherever, so I can't go in detail right now. There's pressure on me, and so I have to speak slowly, low, in a low sound. I keep forgetting. And I'm very disturbed. Headaches and all. So I'm doing Buddha mantra, and it helped a little bit with my headache. And so Buddha, it reminded me to take something. This herb. It's a herb. I'm not going to say what, because they're going to attack me and try to get that healing out. They're going to, I don't know how they do it. So the Arab way is that if these cases have taken place, there's the head. In Dubai, we have the head. Since you've told me, and I'm an Emirati, I, I think I even emailed you. Oh God, I'm the kind of person who say, don't trouble anyone, not even my religious scholars. And I took it, but now since year 2000, can't take it. Some worm they've put in me. So what I would do is email His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He has said that we are available. The office is there. Please lodge a complaint against the police officers who do this, or to His Highness the head of the security police and all, His Highness Sheikh Ahmad bin uh, Rashid Al Maktoum. So this, right, you can do privately instead of like saying, oh, they're hypocrites, or putting a soft word, but I know what you meant. And I said it. I said, diplomacy or hypocrisy you mean? So that's, and is it my fault that I've become like this? So taunting is not rude, right? But getting angry is rude. Or cunning coolness is not rude. But raising my voice is rude. This is what they've done. Also accused me of being rude. So you see how clever these people are. And they made me insane. Do you think, I mean, what I feel inside is terrible for myself also. Sometimes I want to cry for myself. For the longest time, I didn't cry when my wicked grandmother did what she did. And mind you, my mother, you think seeing my mother like this and saying, oh, my mother's messed up and I'm not, it's so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing in London. I never told anyone, first of all. I kept it inside. Other people, they spread it. Oh, my mother hit me today, and oh yes, in America you can even call the police. So domestic violence. But since all of you people in Pakistan, India have had similar, you don't call the police. And so since I've grown up in that environment, then once I just told my mother, she was hitting me with the anger. And I know why. Because of what her brother was doing or something, or the smoking thing, she would catch me. But she tried to tell me properly. So I told her, Mama, now I've grown up. Don't hit me, please, like that. And the other person was going around in college, school. Okay, so a mother in American law, even a mother is not supposed to hit her child. Okay, I've seen my mother get, but I'm not going to say a lot of things here against my mother, because you people, oh, are so clever, cunning. You can bring my father up and say abusive things. So as long as when you abuse me about the religion thing, and okay, there are times when I was like so angry. I came here and I said I'm going to be, but then Zaini came and helped. So would you say that I was a hypocrite? Because he helped, so I had to appreciate him for the alcohol and wine How is it alcohol here? How is, let me just make sure, check again. And I checked and it was true. So I just let it go, and then he came up to talk to me. So I didn't confront meaning like say all these things here. What I mean, it's not confrontation. At least you know that confrontation, what I mean by confrontation, is maybe it's not going to be a very peaceful thing. I'm going to interrogate you, investigate it. Like I told apostate Imam, it doesn't mean I want to fight or I want to make it worse. I have to explain my kind of confrontation. And another thing is, I said that some people will say, please be kind with me. You're not being kind with me. You're not being loving, lovable. Now, can you expect that from someone like me here? When our trust is broken through and through, and I've just been lied to or something I felt, sensed from an Indian who's posed as a Russian. Oh my God, you people are really wicked. So do you really, Indians, do you really care? I don't think you really care. Even Indians, forget Pakistan. So we have this beautiful, actually I miss the beauty of Pakistani people, the warmth. You see, we have so much, it's like my Khoja Sindhis, I'm sorry, but even Ramchand was a very decent man. I don't know what kind of Indians come here. Even businessmen. So this Indian divorced lady, a lawyer, was saying, educated people in our country are uneducated. Look at the way they have asked for divorces and all that. So there are really these educated Indians, uneducated. So as I criticized Pakistan, I'm going to criticize India. And then, some Indians have, you are enemy of Pakistan. Oh no, India? No, I'm not your enemy of Indians or India. Okay, there's a thing I said on Facebook live stream. पूरी राम कहानी फिर से अपनी बता दी principal के page पे. On my principal's page I've made Mrs. Munira Gulzar, ex-St. Josephine's page. So for a principal, तो मैंने कहा कि मुझे नहीं पता था कि I'm Radharani, but that one day Krishna invited us all after the cricket match for CS. We played in defense. There's a ground there now. It's become a sports complex there. Khadda Market. It was open area, ground, and there were some stores there. We were sitting on the steps of the closed stores in the late afternoon, yeah. Late or after 12, around 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like that. And after that, we got an invitation to Krishna Ji's party with his friend in defense. And I wasn't in defense. So I was going there to a doctor, therapist for my teacher, separated from my teacher. She started to tell me not to go to a party, although I go to with my cousins. My cousins had come over. They'd asked my father that, can we take your daughter to parties? And so I remember in the old house, they sat with my father in the dining table, at the dining room. One of them asked, and my father said, yes, yes. So I started to go when after the separation with Mr. Shah, after I left Karachi Medical School. So this my father allowed. So I was going with my cousins who had come now. Uh, so when they also grew up like teenagers, and they took me. Okay, they came and asked my father, and they invited me to parties, and we went. So I was going to parties, and my other therapist, who was um, who was under Dr. Farooq Ahmed, um, she told me, my son also goes. You also, yeah, you must go to parties instead of, you know. Like I was so depressed, you could see I was so sad, so restless. I was going through hell. Okay, so Sri Krishna invite. So I went to Dr. Farooq Ahmed. She's the senior of I was going to both the therapists, to her student and her. So this time I just mentioned it to her, and she told me not to go, you know. She gave me reasons. Now it became like a sense of duty, or a sense of duty to listen to this elderly lady, even though she's my therapist, but she was telling me, like as a mother or father, parent. Oh, now if I went there, I had all the freedom from my mother. Now, since the elderly therapist was telling me not to go, although my other one is also elderly, other therapist. But being senior, you know, now she's telling me not to go, and so that my dharma came up. It's I can only explain now. And I was like, okay, no. The thing is that he knows that I go. What if he finds out I go to parties, like with my cousin or, you know, like that, and so what will I do? Like, so I thought of sending a bouquet, but not going to the party, and I regretted telling Dr. Farooq. Because now, and if it's true love, right? You can't all of a sudden this dharma. Although I've seen in my life from my mother's side relative, uh, they were like lovebirds, right? And the girl was my mother's relative was older, and the man was also my mother's relative who loved her. Oh, they had a like childhood love, you know, it was like that, or teenage years. But the girl was older, mother didn't want it or something, and that's why the sacrifice. So I'm not saying I'm the only one or something, please, because this has been used against me all the time. Like, are you the only one? Okay, so someone here also was saying that we want to hear about Radha Rani. Since signs are that you are Radharani, Devi, Zaira aunties, my mother's aunts, keeps coming, and she won't let me say no, I'm not Radharani. And I don't want to use this so that people will respect me or anything like that, right? No, no, no. Or give me importance. No, I'm not sure. Okay. No. So as I questioned Parmam, so Vishwananda, that are you a cult? I question myself. So you are a cult. So you were. Why wouldn't everyone be Radharani like once Sri Ravi Shankarji? And I was feeling so guilty, and then when he said, "You all are Radhas, you all are Radhas," once he told, and I told them in his sorry, excuse me. Oh, sorry. In his sangha, what do you call it? So, yeah, why shouldn't you all be divine love or, before God? So, otherwise it would be a cult. So, first to get you out of Islam, because it's a false religion, and I share very honestly, then to see which, whether maybe Buddha now, because whenever I do the Buddha miracle mantra, it says go and have this herb, right? And then that's the best herb I've ever known. It reduces my headache, pain like magic, and it's also called a magic mantra. Tina Turner has become a Buddhist, so I learned from her, and then I went to another site, another channel to get this mantra properly. Tina Turner can say this mantra from, it's for healing. So I wondered if the Indians, what the science journey has said, and I told the Indian lady here from my parlor, oh, I said, you are Indian, I've heard, so I'm on this YouTube, and I've heard, because I'm involved in this ex-Muslim thing, so from the ex-Muslims science journey, that actually they were the Brahmins or the Shivites who killed Buddhists and stole from them things, right? So she was cool about this. She didn't say, "Oh, are you an enemy?" Like the Indians coming here saying things to me. Even my country is not an enemy of India, and it's not Pakistan, right? It's UAE. So why would I be an enemy? And would you be an enemy of Prophet Muhammad and Islam if you say bad things about him, which you have? And on Haris Sultan's channel, I was an ex-Muslim then. I just told him that, look, because it doesn't look good, he's such a well-known, and he's got so many subscribers, well-known on YouTube, that no, it's not Imam Hassan, it's Imam, or it's not Hussein, it's Hassan. All right. The Indian commented, do you want laundry? Do you want to be a laundry? I was like, what the heck is this? And I gave that Indian really hell. So, do you hate Muhammad for doing this, or us even for telling us? When I was the next Muslim there, then even. No, I think you know very well why I criticize. Now, India. Yeah, so the magic mantra of the Buddha, Nammeho Renge Kyo, Nammeho Renge Kyo, for health purposes, helps. The miracle magic mantra, they call it. So I was wondering whether it is true that the Hindus took, and then what in the world? Rather, then I'll have to go against myself even. Anyways, so I was talking, then I have to correct this. And let's see what I get from this. So Dharm came in, and then later I didn't go to the party because duty of right and wrong. Not that, oh, he's going to think you are a loose person going to his party. No, I knew he was a very decent person. And he's come to dance with me in the school party, and he bowed. So he knows I dance and all this, and he knows which family I'm from. He knows my family, father's family, and all this. He came from Dubai. So there was no way he's going to, not because Dr. Farouk Ahmed said, oh, this person's not going to respect you. If she had said this, I would have said, he's such a sharif, decent person, he respects me and all this. So what the other thing she said, got to me because, there's love and there is this. That love gives you the sense of duty now to obey an elderly person, Even though later on I said, I wish I hadn't told her. And I invited them, Faisal, Rafi, and Shri Krishna, to another party, but they came late and they wouldn't. They didn't have the cards for the or something. They said we forgot the card, and they wouldn't let us in the party. So I thought all this is non. What Dr. Farrell Siyama said, it makes sense, and later on I thought about it, but there I couldn't. I just couldn't go against what this lady doctor had said. My dharma. So they say when I heard Sadhguru that, they told Sri Krishna that now you have to leave and do your dharma, right? So it's not a sense of, the sense of duty comes from love, I think. So if your love is true, then you have to just, the dharma comes automatically. Although love is higher than any duty, someone has written, I found a quote later, that my only duty is to love. So I love that quote, but that was after many years. People would not understand this. So anyways, this was because you would think this is nothing, but it's next day I was so depressed. And they made me feel here what I was slightly. I said, no, don't take me. I said, I didn't go to the party because I had to listen to the dharma. And then I sent a bouquet with a small card saying, I'm sorry, I cannot come to this party, to Sri Krishna, not his friend. So in whose house was the party. So it was really terrible. The next day I was doubly depressed. I was depressed already, separated from his design. God had not given me the grace, the miracle to be patient and come out of this hellish feeling, disgusting feeling in my life. So then I was like, no, I said this recently on Facebook, on live stream, and then I was like, no, I know my mother's relative, they were also in our neighborhood, and Adda, okay, I'll just call him Adam, loved her, and she was older to him, but then the family didn't agree, and so that's a big sacrifice, right? And one day I didn't go to the party. So at least, no, but what they're explaining to me is this is what could have happened to Sri Krishna walking away from Vrindavan when his guru told him that all the signs are in you. And now you have to do your dharma. You are this. Your true parents were this. And so he was on the mountains, and Sadhguru of Isha Foundation says he came down a different person. Knowing the Guru had told him that you're God and all this, right? So the Dharma was like so strong, and the duty that he couldn't go against it, even for his loved one Radharani and the gopis and his town, village. Dharma is Dharma. But it's due to the true love you have inside that can, if you don't have the true love, then Dharma will fail. हम छुपा छुपाई पार्टी में चले गए मिलने और या अपने पेरेंट्स को लाई किया. But if love is true, right, it makes you love the truth, and you can't lie to your parents. And the rest is just emotional attachment. So if the love is true, then dharma comes on very strong sense of duty when you're guru or your therapist, elderly, is telling you like a parent, oh, then you can't go against it. Now, my mother was so lenient. I could have said, "Oh, it doesn't make sense." And why did you even tell her? And just tell her yes, yes, here, and go. I couldn't do that. I couldn't say, "Oh, yes, yes." अपनी जान छुटाना. Go, oh, yes, yes, Dr. Ahmed, you're right. Nee, nee. You know, it's like the story Jesus said that one son said, "No, I can't do this." The other son said to the father was telling him to do something. The other son said, "Yes, yes, I will do it." And he told the other son who said, "No, no, I'm not going to do it. Look how he's listening to me and all this." So, behind his back, which son did it? Listened to him, obeyed the father? The one who had told him on his face, "No, no, I'm not going to do it." So then they made me realize how Krishna could leave Radharani and the gopis he loved. All of them he loved so much. And how painful it was for Radharani. You could see, and so just give me a break. Sorry, I have to go.